Yo, I'm before I made this journey video where I reviewed my journey so far and like told you guys where it's going to be. Like that, I for 3 months I will grind Valorant mostly now and see where it goes. If I like go down or up, I don't know. Um, and how I deal with these struggles. And I want to like talk about some things that I learned in the road so far with League and Valorant and some other stuff like um, the mental principles. I found that like since I activated so-called my ego again and tried to figure out like what's triggering me, what problems do I have, how they get triggered, why they get triggered, blah blah blah. And I found that many things like are just a wrong the direction that I show my ego. Like my ego is like I don't know, like a car or something, and I need to give it a direction. Like I need to give it a goal, give it a purpose, and then it moves. Then it gets me where I need to go. And yeah, there are many problems in someone giving the ego wrong instructions. You need to give yourself the right instructions to have like a solid mental. And you need a solid mental to like keep yourself mentally sane when you play competitive or maybe even live your life, to be honest. Like at some point it will also like it's also important for real life, honestly. So I for me there crystallized three mental pillars that kind of help you to form a solid mental. And the first thing is the learning mindset. It's a little bit different. I feel like I don't have looked into the Wikipedia definition of growth mindset, okay? And I don't care if it's different. For me, growth mindset is that you focus on long-term growth and long-term achievements, okay? And if it's different on other sides of the internet, I don't care. That's my definition. And the thing is, you don't look at the short term success or not success, but you look into the future and you see the road ahead that you will improve or you will succeed in the end, you know? And you basically look forward through the hard times you have right now, through the pain and suffering you go, and in the end you see the light in the tunnel. Yeah, it's kind of a light in the at the end of the tunnel mentality, because right now it kind of sucks everything, and in the end you will succeed kind of. That's for me the growth mentality, and I really like tried in the past like intuitively adapt something in that direction, but it didn't really help me much. I always struggled with competitive, like I never had like aspirations so much for these things because like not much in life did mean much for me. That doesn't mean that it's healthy to not want anything, but it's kind of like I'm not I never was really motivated to do much stuff except like my own stuff, and I didn't have these, let's say, this urge to compare myself to others. I just wanted to be left alone and do my own thing, to be honest. Like it can be healthy, but it can be unhealthy. It's it's not the point of the video. The thing is, I really kind of like, especially had a little bit of problems with competing and giving my best and completely failing, because I always felt like, when I fail, why do it in the first place? Like, I always, like, my brain always interpolated and said to me, like, yo, you're not that good in that. Why should you compete in something you're completely bad? That's the first thing. And the second, like, and when I started to do this series with Ranked, blah blah, I really exposed myself to the public, and like, I wanted to expose myself completely to make myself adapt and deal with that pressure, with that problem I had of not being able to compete with other people and like struggle with it and just crumble mentally. And yeah, the pressure of YouTube, like sharing my wins and failures and like getting judged by people, and like when I say something, people like, oh, you're such a noob, you did this wrong and that wrong, and then you're complaining, and then you play this champion that is fucking busted, bro. You're such a noob, blah blah blah. Not as evil as that, but it kind of makes the point. Like, I always felt like every time I made a video or I recorded something, I was judged by someone, random guy in the internet, and it's just like kind of made subconsciously pressure. But yeah, the first mindset to help me deal with this problem was the learning mindset, and this mindset is not it's not focused on the outcome of anything. Like, it doesn't matter if you make like league run and go, I don't know, platinum or iron 4. It doesn't matter. In the learning mindset, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, if it's good or bad, right? It's like you learn something from it. That's the objective. Like, it doesn't matter if you did something right or wrong. The objective is to learn something from it. If you learn something from it, you've fulfilled your objective. And I don't mean right and wrong to do it on purpose, but you always will accidentally do something wrong. And you often like have this, oh, you're such a bad person, blah blah blah, or whatever, or no, I made this mistake, I'm so bad, blah blah blah. These thoughts come from expectations that you have, like, oh, I need to win this, I need to show everyone that I'm so good, blah blah blah. And the learning mindset, it kind of says, BS, bro. That's BS. I don't fucking care how good you are. Just learn from it. Like, it's the same like discussion with the purpose of life. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter if you do good. It's equally valued in the end. Like, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor and you do the same amount of goodness. You will have a good life, both rich and poor. It doesn't matter how rich you are. And the same is with the learning mindset. Like, you can always learn from everything. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, and it doesn't matter how useless the thing you learned from it may seem. As long as you learned something from it, whatever it is, however, how good or bad it is, you have fulfilled your objective. And it doesn't matter if it goes up or down, if you succeed or fail. It doesn't matter. In the end of life, it doesn't matter really what you have achieved. You can't like take what you have achieved with you, not directly, but you can take with you what you have learned from your achievements and failures. That is kind of like the good things that you have done that are going with you, and the things you learned from the things, from your failures and successes. That's what you take with you, not your successes directly or your failures. And that's very important, and that's why I think the learning mindset is so powerful, because it's really like focuses on the essential stuff. Like I always like kind of struggled with the pressure on me, because there were like some expectations, like, oh, you can potentially maybe hit this rank, hit that rank, and then like a losing streak comes or something, and I'm completely like, bro, like subconsciously it was always nagging on me, like I theoretically have the potential to be better, but realistically I can only catalyze this success, this improvement, this becoming better, but I can't guarantee it. I just can't. You cannot guarantee success in life. You can only catalyze it. You're not the creator. You're not all powerful. You cannot decide that it is so. Not you. You can only catalyze something. You can only, do so much. But in the end, it's not you who decides. You can only, like, make the steps. And you cannot guarantee success. And that's always what was nagging on me. And that was the main problem of me, that I deep inside I knew I can't guarantee getting better. Even when I play. Even when I put the work in. And the learning mindset solves this problem. Because, like, when I, like, let's say, I go for a kale top intensive run, do 3 games a day for 5 years, and I completely fail, let's say. Like, after 5 years, I'm still in iron, okay? And I shared my whole, like, this whole journey, and everybody laughs at me, and everybody says, OMG, you're so bad, lol. I'm so glad I found this channel, because I don't feel as bad about my self-rank anymore. Like, I don't feel bad. I'm so glad I found you, because I don't feel bad about being, I don't know, Bros 1 anymore, because I found you, and you're so bad. Basically, like, you're a laughing number now. And in the end, like, normally, like, what's the point in this? What's the point in putting so much work, so much effort in something that did nothing? Like, you didn't succeed, you did completely fail, you wasted 5 years. Why? And, like, when I had, like, from growth mindset perspective, this is terrible. Like, yeah, maybe in 100 years you're a challenger. But, yeah, maybe, okay, long term, blah, 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 you can say, okay, in 10 years you'll get better. But it's so crumbling. You can't, like, you have to ignore so much pain when you have 5 years and you didn't get success. Even when you have the growth mindset, there's so much pain in this. And with the learning mindset, you learn from your failure. And it doesn't matter if you improve. Learning mindset doesn't care if you improve. As long as you learn something. And it can be completely useless what you learn. But it's about learning. And when you have these 5 years and you completely failed, but you learned something out of it. You learned something from your failure. And this makes it that nothing you do is without purpose, is completely like, it was not for nothing. Like grinding 5 years for Iron 1 or something. Every day. And every day you learn something from it. Like, you learn about yourself, about the people that flame you because they have, like, I don't know, like, mental problems or something. I don't know, like, have some stuff they struggle with and need to put others down, whatever. Like, there's so many people like that. But not that many, honestly. I feel like. There are many people that are kind of self-reflected, that have kind of common sense and know that it's not making themselves bigger objectively to put others down only relatively. But yeah, it's kind of a complex topic. I feel like, yeah, whatever. It's yeah, it's like, and even like you like. Of course, like, you share this and you completely failed and you got put down by, like, many people or something. But you also learn from this, from the being judged by others, and you can learn so much from it. And as long as you've learned from it, you fulfilled your objective. And then there is the scrub mentality, and that's a nice one for me. For me, it's kind of like in Tekken and Street Fighter, I feel like there is this, like, I think it's in other games too, but it's the scrub is a bad player. And like that you make yourself clear that comparing yourself to the best possible player, you're just a scrub. You're not a good player. And you always make mistakes, and sometimes, like, you get, like, killed by noobs, complete noobs, because you make mistakes. And, like, enjoying the experience of being beatable and making mistakes and just being a scrub, not a good player. Like, just being aware that that's how you are, and not, like, the perfect player that's is the best in the world or something. Like, I know everybody knows, but you have to subconsciously absorb this thing that you're just, like, compared to the best possible player, you're just a scrub. And you make so many mistakes and you lose sometimes because you make so terrible mistakes. But that's okay. That's the scrub experience. Welcome to real life. Kind of that. And the scrub mentality is really important, I feel like. Because it makes it, like, it makes it okay to lose, you know? Because we often subconsciously have this picture in our mind that we have to win. Like, everybody expects that you have to win. If you don't win, you're a loser. You're just bad. You're just unworthy. Not worth anything. Just a noob. After 100 hours. Just a failure. But yeah, the scrub mentality is kind of making it okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to lose. Because in the end, you're just a scrub. In the end, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're just a scrub. You make mistakes and you lose. And that's the scrub experience. And to enjoy the scrub experience, this is the scrub mentality. Just enjoying your beatability, your ability to fail, your imperfection in gameplay and real life. And just enjoying your abilities for what they are, not what they should be. And then the goal setting, that's kind of quick. The goal, when you have either in real life you want to achieve something, or in ranked, when you want to achieve a certain rank, the goal is to get as close as you can to the goal, but not the goal itself, Like often we have this I have this goal and I need to get to this goal now. And then you have an 8 losing streak or something. You go down in rating and you say, oh no, I'm so much further off my goal and I should stop playing because otherwise I will get further and further from my goal. Or, oh no, I've gotten so far, but now I'm on a losing streak and now I should stop playing because I don't want to lose this rank, And and when you have the goal to get to the goal as close as you can, as close as possible, it relativizes. I hope that's the correct word. Otherwise, I made it up. It's okay. I sometimes make up words. It's it's not like when you get as close to the goal as possible, but not the goal itself is the goal. There is no failure. Because as long as you try to get as close as possible to the goal, you fulfilled your goal. Doesn't matter how low you are. Because in the end, that's as close as you could get. And that was the goal in the first place. And that makes it that it's more about the experience itself, about the learning itself, not the result. And that's very important to have a really, these 3 things are so essential to have a good mental state in competitive games, in real life, I think also. And it's such a game changer for me, honestly. Because in the past, I really struggled with negativity, internet, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to be left alone and so on. And I feel like through my journey, I learned things that most people don't know about their own mental. Because most people, what I did, I exposed myself to the internet and showed them how much I struggle, how bad of a player I am, and just showed them uncensored who I am through the lens of a game, not real life, not completely, but that thing, it's something that not many people have done, to be honest. It's different when you're just a good player, you just got some. You're just the best. You're just unbeatable. You're just so good. And then you go into internet and show, and everyone says, oh, you're so good. Oh, you're just the best. I want to be like you, blah, blah, blah. And you just know, yo, guys, I'm just too good. I don't know what to say. I'm just so good. I will show you. I will show you my gameplay. Look at this. Look at this. How I just destroyed these guys. I just destroyed them, and everyone says, "Wow, you just made them look like they're low elo or something." Like, it's completely different. Like, yes, you have haters, blah blah blah, because you have like, this is like a little bit of different problem. Like, you get a lot of haters for it because you reach a lot of people, because many people watch you because you're good, and you just like, you don't have to prove anything. You're just good. Like, you're just like a top player, blah blah blah, and you're just like, you just are him. Well, what can I say? And it's such so different, and you don't need a good mental to be good, and you don't need a good mental to deal with the how do I say it? To deal with the situation that you're just a good player. You don't need a good mental for it. Like, you can have the worst mental ever. If you're good, you can compensate with your skill. And, like, it doesn't bother you to show stuff because you know you're just the best. You're just top 1% or something. And, like, what do you need mental for? But if you really like struggle like me in games, like if you're not on the top end and you just like every human being like still needs to put in the work or something, like it's and then show that's a complete different animal, at least for me, to be honest. Of course, everyone can benefit from good mental. That's not the point. It's just that it's easier when you're good to deal with all of these things than when you're not good or bad or whatever. Doesn't matter what's, just not the best, I guess. And when you're not that good, and when you're not when you're not there, like, let's say a good player, top 1%, he reached his goal, basically. He is there. He ascended to new heights in game. he just, like, he doesn't have this, at least when it comes to a certain degree, that maybe he's still like, of course, I want to be rank 1 or something, but he doesn't have that much pressure because he already proved himself, if that makes sense. And he can't really fail anymore. Like, he already won, if that makes sense. He's already there. Like, he's already with top 1% or something. Like, it doesn't matter where, of in-game, in real life, blah blah blah. And, like, there's no failure in being top 1%. And if you're not there, then you have these, like, uncertainties. And these uncertainties can make you mentally, like, insane, I guess, because you have all these expectations, like, I'm down there, but I want to go up. But doesn't matter what I do, I'm not getting there. I'm so frustrated, blah blah blah. But when you adapt these mental pillars, you will realize that, like, first, not everyone can get top 1%. Not everyone's supposed to be there. And third, it's not about reaching top percent. It's about what you learn in the journey of that goal and getting as close as possible as you can, but not the goal itself. It's not about that. It's just about learning from the things you do from your failures and successes, and that thing you will take with you after you die, and that's what you're here for, basically. To do good and to learn from what you experience, your successes and failures. And in the end, like, have a good life, you know. And that's about, like, what really changed for me, how I view these things, and why I can, like, now a little bit more relaxed share my experiences, because in the past, like, it's a little bit different when you just play for yourself as a hobby. Like, yeah, I'm playing Valorant, I try to, like, get better, blah blah blah, and yeah, do it for me. Or when I say, oh, I'm not that good at that game, but I play it and I share it on my YouTube. Doesn't matter what happens. And it's like, okay. And then you have the, like, expectations of people watching and so on, and everything, like, it's kind of a lot of pressure on you and expectations on you, and, like, judgment when you fail. When you fail, like, then there may some people like, haha, or you can make it, you blah blah blah, whatever. It's kind of a lot of pressure, additional pressure, that you normally don't have. Like, if you just, like, grind for fun for yourself, it's different than when you share it. And, like, these mental pillars, like, were really a game changer for me, because, like, yeah, now I can do it more relaxed and just, you know, win and fail, and just try my best to learn from it and get as close as possible to my goal. And if I fail, it's okay, I learn from it, and yeah, enjoy just not being perfect and making mistakes, and trying to enjoy the experience and learn from everything that happens to me, and becoming just, like, more knowledgeable person, and becoming a better human being through it. And in the end, that's all life is about. And doing good with it, and yeah, trying my best, basically. And dealing with those expectations with getting as close to the goal as possible instead of getting to the goal is just a game changer. It's very simple, these three things, but they change everything about life, about your view, how do I say it? Like, hard things, or things that are, things that are putting you to a test, basically. And about, you know, reaching something in life and so on. It relativizes many things and helps you deal with all of these basic problems that we have with our mental, and how to deal with all these expectations, pressures on us, and so on. Like, there's so many things from outside that try to throw us off and make us unhappy, and make us feel like we're not good enough, and make us feel like we're just trash or something. Like, it's not about that. It's really not about that. It misses completely the point. It's not the point to be something. It's the point of learning out of it, wherever you are, and making the best out of it, and getting as close to the perfection as possible. But not about who you are, what you are, where you are. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's pointless to think about these things. It's just learning out of whatever you are in. That's the most important thing. and doing good. I still feel like that's one of the basic pillars of the purpose of life, the base essence. And yeah, I really hope like people benefit from this. I know it's very long video. But I really want to share this because it really changed a lot for me. Like in the past it was kind of hard sometimes. Like I have like my job and then I had to like play some games and record myself from it while I thought like about people judging me for not being playing perfect, not my mental being always perfect and so on, like partly because I was experimenting, partly because it's not perfect and so on. And these mental pillars that were kind of revealed to me changed so much for me, and I'm so thankful that I like got this knowledge, because without like taking the step, taking basically the leap of faith to just start sharing my journey in games that I'm not good at and just going with it, doesn't matter what happens, like despite the like possibility and fear of failure, I learned so much from it, and I'm very thankful that like had the opportunity to go in this journey, honestly. And I look forward to like play a little bit of League maybe on the weekend or something, and play Valorant and maybe some other games sometimes too, and to learn from it and see where it goes, and try to go as close as to the goal as possible, but just learn from my successes and failures, and just like, yeah, and after 3 months I will reevaluate, and I think, and then like see where it goes. And yeah, hope you guys benefit too from this, and wish you all the best, and yeah, have a nice day.